Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're heading to a really quiet spot in South Africa's Northern Cape. It's called Norvalspont. And our mission really is to look past that sleepy surface and get into this huge contradiction between what it is now and its past.
It was a major frontier flashpoint.
Exactly, a strategic crossroads right on the Orange River, or the Gariep River.
Yeah, and if you know nothing else about the place, the name says it all. Norvalspont.
Norval's Ferry.
It tells you that everything important that ever happened there was about one thing: crossing that river.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We have a Scotsman, John Norval. He shows up from Glasgow.
Right, and he establishes this vital ferry crossing in 1848. His family already had the farm there, Dapperfontein.
But wait, so it wasn't just farming, they were building a whole enterprise.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? For frontier survival, you had to diversify. So yes, they farmed sheep.
Okay.
But they were also manufacturers. They used what was around them. They made these fine combs from tortoise shells
Yeah.
and broad-brimmed felt hats. They were innovators, and that's how they built the wealth to invest in something bigger.
And that bigger thing, that was their aha moment. It came in 1848 during a conflict with Sir Harry Smith's army,
Yes, the army tried to cross the river using these inflatable boats.
which in the Karoo Sun.
They essentially melted. They just fell apart. So the Norvals saw this perfect gap in the market.
Business
A
opportunity.
huge one. They immediately built a solid wooden pontoon, something that would carry entire trek wagons.
And they charged for it.
Oh, yes, £1 per trip, which was a significant amount of money back then.
So that ferry, that simple crossing, was a massive success.
It was, and that success is what directly funded the Glasgow Pont Hotel.
Which is still standing today.
Still operating. It's incredible.
What's so fascinating is how quickly that simple business crossing became a strategic military target.
Well, by 1890, the ferry was old news. It was replaced by a massive 500-meter steel railway bridge.
Shipped all the way from Britain.
Eh.
A real masterpiece of engineering for its time.
And as soon as it was built, it became a key prize in the Anglo-Boer War.
So Boer commandos blew it up.
They destroyed 3 of the central columns in March 1900, trying to slow the British advance.
But the British response, the engineering speed was just astonishing.
It was. They had a temporary pontoon bridge up and running within days.
Days.
And then a temporary railway bridge was fully operational by the end of that same month, March 1900.
And you can still see the evidence today, right, if you go to the riverbanks.
Absolutely. You can find the British sangars, the stone fortifications, the blockhouse. They're all still there, lining the river.
Sadly, that strategic history is, well, it's completely overshadowed by the human cost of the war there.
The concentration camp.
Yeah, the Norvalspont concentration camp, established in November 1900.
It was set up initially to relieve the overcrowding in the Bloemfontein camp. It housed Afrikaner women and children first.
And then later, prisoners of war and, critically, hundreds of African internees were brought in. The population just exploded.
It hit nearly 3,500 people by early 1902.
And the conditions.
Brutal. They had ample water from the river, but the tents were just horribly overcrowded.
And the food.
The rations just deteriorated. At one point, it was just basic meat and flour. Disease spread like wildfire, measles, scarlet fever.
How many people died?
The records show 412 deaths in just a 6-month period in 1901.
Even Emily Hobhouse, who campaigned to expose the conditions, she noted how severe it was at Norvalspont.
She did. She actually called it one of the best camps, which tells you how bad the others were.
Right.
But even so, she reported the extreme overcrowding, temperatures hitting 43 degrees Celsius, and tents so wet from dew that the bedding was just soaked through every morning.
And there's this one just haunting physical remnant that's still visible.
The tent floors. The internees, to stabilize the ground inside their tents, they flattened out food and milk tins to create a kind of paving.
And you can still see the outlines of where the tents stood because of those tins.
Yes, you can.
So let's fast forward. That river history continues into the modern era with the Gariep Dam.
Right, it was renamed in 1996. A massive piece of engineering. It's 88 meters high, holds billions of gallons of water.
And it has this really clever engineering feature.
The Robert splitters. They're not flashy, but they are vital. They break up the incredible force of the water when it's released, which prevents catastrophic erosion downstream.
So today, Norvalspont is just this quiet little hamlet bypassed by the main highway.
Right. But it's so rich in this heritage with the old hotel and the camp memorial still there.
So when you pull it all together, what does it all mean? The town's entire identity seems defined by that one single point on a map.
The crossing of a great river.
Yeah. that one point transformed a simple farm into this nexus of entrepreneurial spirit, high-stakes military conflict, and just immense human suffering.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How often do we stop and realize that our greatest engineering achievements, a ferry, a bridge, a massive dam, are the very structures that, by their strategic nature, invite both prosperity and, almost inevitably, conflict?